Welcome, Taurus, to your in-depth weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 16th of March for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. I'm going to share with you, first of all, the big themes of the week, then on screen, your event chart. Unpack that from Monday. It always provides an influential backdrop for the whole week. I'll then go through each of the influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture of what you can expect in terms of finance, energy, relationships, and work. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundell. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. It's a week of new beginnings. The sun on Thursday moves into Aries, the start of the Western astrological calendar. And Aries is very much about initiation. And the area of growth for you can be very much to do with your inner world, intriguingly. You already have Neptune, Saturn, Venus, your ruler, and Chiron in that delicate 12th house. And the sun comes in to complement them. But also this week, Venus, your ruler, is going to be forging a square to the greater benefit, Jupiter, the planet of fortune. What's the significance of that? And we have at the very heart of the week a new moon in the water sign of Pisces, which for you is very much to do with your connections, your long-term plan, and your network. So on the screen now, Taurus, is your event chart on Monday. Now, Pluto is going to be the most northerly player in your chart for a long time, but it is joined by the moon. So as you go into this new week, anything to do with your professional situation could be very much to do with your thinking. But there's also the position of Mars and Mercury, along with the Sun and the North Node. They're very close together in that 11th house. And that 11th house can be where you have a particular value, something you aspire to, or a particular standard that you want to maintain. And if you meet someone who doesn't keep to your level, Mercury being in a retrograde and being so close to Mars could see you get a little bit frustrated, to be honest. And because the moon is in your 10th house, a little harder to disguise your feelings. But over the last 7 years, apart from those 4 months of last year, Uranus, the planet of change, innovation, and higher truths, has been pushing you to really pursue what's right, totally right for you as an individual. And intriguingly, through to the middle of this week, the sun is moving forwards and forging a brilliant link to Uranus. If there is someone you're collaborating with where you do have the same ideas and the same conviction to move forwards at pace, that relationship could just really pick up energy and be very exciting. Also, if you do come up or have got a more novel idea, it can start to gain traction. But then on Wednesday, the new moon in Pisces is so late in the sign, it does forge a very strong sextile to Uranus, but it's also in a conjunction with Neptune. And that is in your 12th house. Now, Neptune's going to be there for a very long time. You may have already noticed that your dreams have become more vivid. If you become more invested in personal development, healing, meditation, all that kind of arena, it wouldn't be a surprise. But that new moon suggests that what you're looking for around your friendships, which can be about the 11th house, is you're really looking for sincerity, but perhaps also orientating towards people who are really interested in healing or spirituality. But then on Thursday, the sun arrives in Aries, and for the first time in 150 years is met by Neptune in this sign. Now, that's obviously incredibly rare. What's the implication? Well, that amplification of that more tender side of your nature is going to be profound. But if there is something from your past or something you're not quite comfortable with deep within you, by the end of the week, as the sun edges towards Saturn, you will find it difficult to ignore it. It may be to do with where you're quite self-critical. It could be where you have low self-esteem. It may be where you feel that someone around you energetically is a drain on you. All of that's possible. But do know, Taurus, that your lovely ruler Venus is in a square in the latter part of this week with the lovely Jupiter, traveling forwards now in the third house. And although squares in astrology are generally considered to be tense, these two are actually really quite delectable when they're together. There could be a conversation in the latter part of this week, or you can watch someone's body language, where they could give you a clue that they feel very well regarded to you. It could be quite a strong attraction. There may even be, for some Taurus people, a temptation towards a secret or clandestine relationship. But if you are someone who enjoys a little bit of a punt, that also is an energy which could encourage you to be a little bit more daring with how you use your resources. So just to recap for you, friendships, when you're on the same page, can be strengthened this week. But if you're not, the tension between Mars and Mercury at the start of the week could see some brittleness and maybe some strong words. For sure, it's important to have that idealism about our future. But as the sun moves on Thursday into the sign of Aries, you're going to be asked, particularly over the next month, to really dive deep. And that can come from just giving yourself permission to withdraw a little bit. Just reflect on the previous 12 months. Perhaps go and have a treatment. Maybe give yourself permission for a spa day. Anything which is watery, but also heals, is something that calls out. Maybe a sauna with that hot energy of Aries, because of course that's fire. All of those things can help to release toxins from the body and might be the type of thing that calls out to you at this time. Now, professionally, there is a big shift that's going to continue to be ongoing for some while because of Pluto right through to 243. But the moon is at the top of your chart at the start of this week. So I think an important conversation about work will happen as you come into the week. If you can be open and innovative and also collaborate, if you feel comfortable with the people you're with, that link between the Sun and Uranus is fabulous, particularly if you're wanting to work in a group situation, or perhaps suggest an idea that's much more groundbreaking and different, stepping outside that part of you that can have a preference for sticking with what you know. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Taurus. If you've yet to watch your mid-month deep dive video, please see that on screen. If you've yet to watch your Mars in Pisces video, please click on that. You can get your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning by clicking on the link beneath this video. Get your early morning cosmic pit stop, that moment of reflection which can be so helpful. Also, if you'd like to work with me one-to-one, please see my testimonials below. If you'd like to order your personal horoscopes, they're great value, very accurate, and totally unique to the person they're produced for. And there's 50% off. Please apply Astro 26 for the Natal and Draco 26 for the Soul Karmic Draconic versions. Have a great week, Taurus. All the best and goodbye.